Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. If it is, hit that subscribe button down below. We got a great Steven Crowder video today. We got how body cams destroyed Black Lives Matter because, oh no, you beat up my friend and shot him for no reason. Cops need body cams. Oh no, the cop body cams are revealing I'm a bad person. No more body cams. Because, yeah, that's literally what happened. Let's get into it.
The issue of body cameras. Her mother has been advocating for that because, of course, those 3 police officers were not wearing body cameras. To your point, in my experience, when I was Attorney General of California, I believe I was the first state to require our agents to wear body cameras and keep them on.
I honestly, my opinion on body cams is you shouldn't just have the chest body cam. No, they should have shoulder-mounted ones so that we can get better views of people from above. And, you know, when they're sitting in their cop car driving, a shoulder-mounted cam would see out the windshield and see a lot better and also be almost with the cop's height level, too, so you can actually get a better perspective in the courtroom. I 100% am 1,000% for body cameras and for thinking that they need to be up here, especially if not every vehicle in the fleet has a car cam too. Because I think the officers and their vehicles need to wear one. And I would say like every inch of the police station should be cammed up too, because if these are the people who are serving and protecting us, there's a bit of professionalism that should be held amongst every ranking member.
Because it's about transparency.
Cameras off, cameras on. You still get the same number of interactions and cases of police brutality, which means you were fed a lie. You were fed a myth. I've been wanting to touch on this for a while. We kind of briefly sort of glanced at it, I guess. We just sort
a couple
of
stories
past it.
Tiptoed in it.
But then I spent a little more time on this subject.
I've
this
had
was
at least one talking about it.
Point of discussion.
Especially in 2020 after the George Fentanyl Floyd riots for no fucking reason at all.
2015, I would say.
Yeah, I guess it really started back then.
Let me set the stage.
But
Democrats, you know,
really flipped.
They're known for flipping on.
Yeah, if there was a hyper body cam switch, they flipped that one in 2020. Because that's when it just went towards basically, if your agency doesn't have a body cam and it shows up to a courtroom, we're throwing it out because there's no evidence on your side now.
Many issues. That's kind of their thing. Well, the latest one that they flipped on, and they were screeching about for a very long time, you guessed it, police body cams.
And no, we're never giving them up. As someone who is a channel that watches body cam footage every day, or at least every other day, I try to stick one in there. Man, I mean, in my personal time, I'm watching every day too. But man, I cannot thank these black people enough, the good ones, for demanding body cams to prove their innocence, while thus putting their neighbor in jail because their neighbor claimed to be innocent, but their neighbor tried to fight a cop, take his taser, and then tried pulling for his gun, got shot, and died in the process. Oh wait, he tried to grab his gun? Yeah, we got that all on body cam now. Great!
Showing how racist cops are.
And in return, it showed how racist they were.
All these thugs trying to stab their hearts, it hasn't worked out well so far.
My mama's on the phone.
I don't care.
I don't care. My mama's on the phone. I don't care. I love no-nonsense cops. They are probably my favorite people amongst the entire police force out of any city, state, everywhere. The no-nonsense cop is the one you need on that force. That, yeah, he's probably going to have a record number of complaints against him, most of which will be bullshit, and provably bullshit. But he's going to be the guy that you want to make sure is out at almost every call if he's working. He's going to be the guy who's going to be there, getting the perp in the back seat, driving them back while they're screaming their head off, and he's going to be like, hey, shut up. You have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to use it. Please. You know?
Here's the thing. You may not realize that there's an active movement, an active push to try and do away with the body cams that they said would solve the problem because of police brutality, namely against black people.
And all of a sudden, when the cameras go away, if nothing changes, all of a sudden they'll be, they're abusing me again, but there's no evidence.
It was open season of flip-flop. It's time for then and now. You can put put together some guitar riffs.
They can.
Let's go first to then.
The first one.
Yeah, you got it. No, you got it.
I did. That's why I did
Nice.
it generally with my thumbs. So if you guys have forgotten, they were arguing that it was open season on black people for a very long time, and one of the
Sure,
solutions, they pushed for it. I mean,
Putting a
vigorously.
body cam on everybody.
Democrats argued for don't let them forget it, hold them accountable.
Hold them
Body
accountable for everything.
We should make sure every police department in the country has body cameras.
Boom. Right there. This is one politician and one rather large politician. Someone who has literally been in power since I think she was fucking born. She's had this ability, the silver spoon, the never knowing a hardship ever. This is one of those kind of people where, her point of view here is we got to hold all the police officers accountable with body cams. Me, when they said body cams, I'm like, yes, hold these criminal monsters accountable for their actions that the cops are claiming they're doing, and let me see this. I want to watch.
To record interactions between officers on patrol and suspects. That will improve transparency and accountability. It will help protect good people on both sides of the lens.
And it 100% has, because there's a lot of bad people on the other side of that lens.
And we
Perhaps
agreed,
there's some
actually.
newfound awareness because
In front of the lens, not behind it.
video cameras and so forth, that there are problems and challenges when it.
As a black man, I would rather have every cop who pulls me over have a body cam on. Because that way, if he accidentally kills me because I act rowdy, I can blame it on racism.
Comes to how
People behaving.
policing and our laws are applied in certain communities. Department of Justice has just announced a grant program for those jurisdictions that want to purchase body cameras.
The issue of body
Hear that, though? His wording. I don't like the wording.
Those jurisdictions that want to purchase.
The jurisdictions that wanna purchase body cams. I think it should have just been a blanket grant for the entire nation and been like, yeah, if you have a police force, every law enforcement officer has to have a body camera. Period. There's no exceptions. None. I would have it 100%. That's the rule. So the only times you can get, word of mouth is if the officer happens to be off duty and something happens to arise that causes him to have to step in and do the job, but off duty.
Body cameras.
The issue of body cameras. Her mother has been advocating for that because, of course, those 3 police officers were not wearing body cameras. To your point, in my experience, when I was Attorney General of California, I believe I was the first state to require our agents to wear body cameras and keep them
God, did our nation dodge a fucking nuke not having her as our president?
on.
Good
Because
Lord.
it's about transparency.
Because of body cameras
'Cause
and
I'll,
other
I'll be honest, she sounds like she's going to cry halfway through her sentence.
technology, we are seeing the horror
Your big
of
girl.
unarmed people, handcuffed people in the case of the tragic murder
Wrong.
of Tyree Nichols. We're seeing things that do not comport with our national standards and expectations.
Car videos have been crucial when you talk about black people, especially being able to get justice in police brutality cases. I have been asked, Natasha.
Right there. You're out of office. You have no legal recompense to be there anymore. I axed anybody who speaks like that. If you're talking ghetto in a professional setting, asked a question. It's asked. Did you not get a Hooked on Phonics book as a child, sir? Did you get the Gavin Newsom Learning How to Read book?
What is the difference between
How in
Rodney
God's
King's
name?
beating in the early 1980s and George Floyd?
George Floyd was on Fent, and that's how he died. That's what the autopsy says.
And my answer has always been the quality of the iPhone video.
Well, there was no iPhone video, so I think you mean the fact that there is iPhone video. But okay, fine. The point remains. Here's the thing, and we're just going to go straight to the overlay. The largest study
That guy is not
to
smart
this
at
date
all.
that's been conducted, it concluded, and here's we're saying the same thing. It concluded that there was no statistically significant effect on decreasing police use of force, meaning body cams. So,
body cams did nothing except reveal to the public that, hey, actually those cops aren't lying. They were attacked by unarmed people who committed suicide by cop by trying to put officers' lives at risk by trying to grab their own firearms or other equipment off of them.
The left, and we'll get to the now in a little bit. The left is saying, well, see, it's actually it hasn't helped. So that means that it hasn't worked. I would say it hasn't changed the statistics, which means it's worked perfectly.
Yep.
Which
it showed that, hey, without these, nothing's different. That means that with them, these events that they're capturing happened before, and they're still happening. And if we get rid of them, they'll continue to happen. They just won't be filmed anymore, so you can attempt to argue them in court.
Which means that with the cameras
and then you can
on,
attempt to get
again,
more of them
how do you want to
released,
interpret this data?
more
Cameras
back
off,
out.
Cameras on,
Have
you
crime
still get the
statistics look
same
better.
number of interactions and cases of police brutality, which means you were fed a lie. You were fed a myth. And if you don't believe that, then I would request that you take a look at what the body cameras have shown us. Now, remember, you were told that you were going to see peaceful, gentle giants, and police just like, who's that, melanin? That's what you were told you were going to see. Instead, you saw this, which is why now Democrats are...
Yeah, I've seen more body cam footage where the suspect being detained, arrested, is way more racist against a white cop or even a black cop than the cop ever. I think I could probably put a list of every body cam video I've watched, which at this point is probably into the hundreds, maybe even the low thousands, where I could probably count on one hand the amount of times the cop was actually racist. And I was like, hold up, that cop needs to be investigated. Because most of the time, I get to the end and I go, yep, this was all just, the cop's in the right, and I move on with my day.
Pushing to do away with them.
Hey, you gotta go down! Don't run it, like that dude is running at him. And the taser's doing nothing. And he's striking him, he's striking him, he's striking him.
Get down on the ground!
And this is where he's coming at him again. And this is where he gets shot. Like, look at this. How many strikes was that?
Hey, you gotta go down!
Tasers deployed. Clicky, 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 clicky. 1. 2. And a hand on him for 3, 4 punches. 5, 6.
Get down on the ground!
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
By the way, I'll just let you guys know.
Battery on law enforcement times 11 after a taser was deployed. Like, that dude is definitely on some kind of drug, something keeping his system jolted so heavily that he's like, "Urgh!" I mean, that dude was gritting his teeth so heavily, I was worried he might break them.
We blurred everything out, but people do get, they assume room temperature in these because they're assaulting police officers. It's a long montage.
Sorry, puppy. Oh, this one's bad too. She's got a really big knife.
If there were no body cams, this would have warranted a march.
They tried.
Yeah, they did
with body cam.
Yeah, they had to shoot her like 4 or 5 times while she was slicing him with a knife.
I didn't know he
then
had
there's this one
bullets.
where he's running at them. And then there's this one where this lady gets out and charges with a knife.
No body cam. White officer shoots black lady.
Yeah, and you've even got the other officer who potentially has the body cam view from behind of, a knife being raised from her arm, where this officer's arm, this arm to be specific, this one right here, was blocking how it came out. Whoops. Like, yeah, you can't see the knife in her hand because his hand's in the way because he's panicking, thinking, I'm about to die.
No body cam. White officer shoots black lady.
Yeah.
With elephant gun.
With elephant gun.
It's like the ghost in the fatness.
But don't you guys remember? Joe Biden told us a 9mm will blow the lung out of the body.
Taser!
Her lung's out of her body, guys. You better go put it back in.
What the hell did you expect me to do?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, hey.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh, that one
on
almost
YouTube
smacked
for
in the
covering
head. Head on the.
Why, because of the crotch shot?
I said,
Oh.
good shoot.
No, you ain't shoot my baby.
Yeah, this one's
dad
yeah.
gave the baby the knife right before that.
So many people.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
he's got a real big knife.
Body cam.
Yeah, they're trying to pepper spray him
Watch out, Fred. Watch out.
after he's got an officer in a headlock trying to choke him out. This guy's gonna try to drive at an officer. It's like this officer's gonna try to let him leave, but you know.
Walk right there, please. Well, hey.
Right there, assault with a deadly weapon as it being a
It's like my
car.
wife trying to parallel park.
Now that one just moved too fast even with the body cam. I don't even know what happened. Obviously some scuffle, this guy on the ground and that officer over there, but I'm not sure what else happened before or leading up to it.
Oh, you broke the plant, yo.
How much you want
You
to bet?
broke the plant.
Mike Brown footage would have been worse.
Move. Move. Put the knife down. Put the knife down.
You know
Yeah.
what?
So,
Yeah.
study says
Studies show that if a cop tells you to do something and you do it, you walk away with your life.
we've seen no change. There you have. You can believe your lying eyes and ears and go, well, oh, maybe it's because this is the kind of behavior that was being encountered for a very long time. But the left says, no, it must be, again, because of white supremacy or patriarchy.
Oh, are you sure?
I'll tell you what it did to this body cam. It broke the biggest lie, the biggest myth in the world that black people are afraid of cops.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not afraid of cops at all. In fact, they seem to like to attack cops 10, 15, 30 times or try to get them kill a cop before the cop can arrest them because they're a criminal.
Exactly right.
Oh, my God. How many? That
could have fooled.
To be honest, there's a lot of people in our country, America, who should be in jail today, but the law and a certain judge who may be, an activist and not a real judge. I mean, they have all the credentials to be a real judge, but they're not acting like one. Yeah, they're letting people out just because of their skin color. They're like, oh, you had a hard life growing up, so it's okay that you stabbed 2 people, shot a third one, and you've had a hard, tough 100 days in jail while you waited for the trial. It's been rough in there, huh? Well, we're going to let you go and only give you a $600 fine and put you on 1 year of probation because I think you can make something of yourself if you're out. If you're in there, you can't do anything. And that's the fucking point. Put them in there. Lock them the hell up. I think in this country, jail time should be much longer for many crimes. And there are certain crimes, rape and any sexual advances sent towards a child or anything in that regard should be death penalty immediately. Like if you kill someone, your life is now forfeit. If you rape someone and that person is underage or even of age, I think your life should be forfeit. Or at minimum, the judge can give you 2 options. You'll either be castrated or you can take the death penalty, and there won't be a third option. If you choose to do neither of those, the judge will choose for you.
My buddy was a cop at 30, and he goes, that is a bit, and
yeah.
Oh, they look frightened, don't they? Shut the car up. You, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
what is it driving while black? I got my...
Shut the car off, sir. Nah, fuck you. Puts window up. Ignores cop. Gets window smashed. Oh, what the fuck? I was complying, man. I was doing things. Drives off with cop's arm still in car.
I got my hands at 10 and 2, officer. Here's my identification. Oh, no. Instead, you were trying to run him over, which brings us to...
so many times.
Now, those on the left are
let's
saying...
see now, because the left is...
You know what, guys?
Insane.
We should do away with body cams.
Yeah.
We paid so much money for all these body cams. What do you think? Getting rid of them, you'll just get refunds and you'll be able to get your tax dollars back? Because, these are really bad for my side.
Cams, whether they're worn by ICE or Border Patrol or your local police, are a popular solution to officer brutality against civilians because they're a convenient way to make it look like accountability is happening without said accountability ever actually being borne out by the data. Body-worn cameras...
No, they're great in courtrooms. Judges love body cams, and at least a real judge loves a body cam. In fact, most of them, if if they have the body cam footage, they'll watch it and play it to the jury if it gets that far.
Were first introduced to police not as a form of accountability and reform, but instead major tech companies introduced them as a convenient way to expand their surveillance capacity.
Everybody who studies these questions understands
I
that
hate
body
this dude is
cameras
stupid.
are not a reform to
And he's the author of the book Copaganda because he thinks, cops do nothing good for society. Although if someone came up and stabbed him and tried to mug him, I'm sure the first person he'd be looking for is a
any
cop.
form of police violence. There has been overwhelming research. There's so much research and overwhelming consensus on this question that even the federal government's own position for a decade or more has been that body cameras do not reduce police violence.
Well, yeah, because they're required to use violence when violence is sent against them. It's literally the only way to stop it most of the time.
Why is that?
Systematically, is that body cameras lead to a decrease in the perceived culpability, intentionality, and guilt or punishment worthiness of the police officers involved, basically. The body camera wearer is seen as less agentic because he is not seen.
Well, because he's not seen.
If we're missing something, we can't.
So now we need a drone camera to get a third-person view of the cop behind him, right? Is that what you're saying? Is when the cop gets out of his car, a little drone deploys and follows him around, getting an aerial view of the whole incident? Because honestly, I'd love that. That would be cool if someone could implement that and get some really good AI thing that, brings the drone down quick enough so the cop doesn't have extra things to deploy drone, undeploy drone, so it comes back and lands so he can drive off if all of a sudden he has to hop in his car and drive away. Like, I think the drone, if that is something that's possible, you pull up to the scene, drone deploys automatically, and if the cop is out of the car, it's just, up there hovering behind him, circling, getting a good view. Maybe it goes left and right a few times to see, better angles and get better views of the shots. If all of a sudden a gun gets pulled, maybe it turns and gets a side view so you can really see the distances and everything. Like, I think you could really upgrade the surveillance portion of our police force.
Making funny faces at him.
The officer's not.
The
That's
only
the
time
problem.
we see the officer in that video is in the reflection of him in the screen. So what they find is the more that you don't see the officer, the more that people blame the officer less.
That's one thing I love about some of the other body cam videos we watch too, is when the channel will take the multiple body cam angles and put them together and, create kind of a narrative and a story to follow along the way that makes it real easy to see the different perspectives, see different angles, and, maybe even get little mutters under the breath of each of the officers. Some of them are just like, this is crazy. I haven't been on a case this rough yet. Or, it's maybe they're been on the force 30 years and I haven't had a case this rough in a long time. I'm a little out of shape as he's struggling to keep up with the suspect or something.
Okay. So if you don't see the officer, the body cams don't work. Therefore, her solution, the one proposed was to bag tag and body cam all black people. That seems to be there you go.
That would be her solution. Everybody now needs a camera. Everybody can't leave the house without their body cam. And now you're going to get arrested if you're outside of your home without your surveillance camera on your chest. Right.
And by the way, if you are not a Rumble Premium member, that's the only reason we're allowed to do any of this. I mean, I get that it's horrifying to the uninitiated, but you can join for $99 a year or try for $9 a month. You get this wonderful hand-hatched mug.
Ooh, they really need to modify that ad and get the disrespectful doctor out of their ad, because the child toucher shouldn't be in your advertisements.
100% more show, as well as everything ad-free. It's your best one-stop shop. Rumble Premium.
Or at least attempted child touchers. I don't think he actually got that far, but he tried to meet up with someone at TwitchCon.
You're going to continue watching for free, and
you need to get that guy off of here.
Haley
Shorten that.
Today, who is easier on the eyes than
rolling
the
real portion.
Mediocre white boys here, as Jasmine Crockett puts it. But you know what?
Speaking of Jasmine Crockett, I hope she's doing well after losing her run for Senate. Her bid there was completely failed, and she's lost her seat in the House. So I hope she's doing well, and that her new employment at McDonald's is going well. I prefer my fries extra crispy when I go there, honey. So make sure that when you put them in the bag, they're extra hot, extra crispy.
Well, Jack, Josh actually tells me that you're not a big fan of body cams.
No.
No?
No.
Why not?
Today's unsuspecting guest, Applejack. Come with me.
Smile, Applejack! You body cam!
Show, get the out. Oh, let's go. Oh, show, he's coming, dude, he's coming.
Oh, that's great.
Boogie with, and we're back. And, actually, I just had to skim past in the segment because we were running late, but just because I told you that I would show you everything. Conservatives were actually on board with it. This is one of those few issues, body cams, where the left, Democrats were saying, we need body cams. And I was
we need them for everybody.
Okay,
and I'm
fine,
like, yeah, we do.
Because we know how this is going to go. And in case you don't remember that, here's just a brief montage, myself included. I was always fine with it. We had common ground on that.
Yeah, I am someone who is for body cams, for getting everything recorded. Everything's better when documented on camera. Because you can go and you can be like, after the fact, you can be like, oh, in that moment, yeah, I was a bit heated. I was a bit upset, grumpy. I maybe threw a couple things that I shouldn't have, said some other things that I probably shouldn't have. My tone of voice could have been better in that one. And then you can actually go back and have reflection over yourself.
Obviously, if you had 6 officers with 6 different police cameras, 6 different angles, we would know exactly what happened as much as possible. I think what happens is we should always have as much evidence from the scene as possible. Body cameras provides us the opportunity to gather that information real time and to store it, to use it in the criminal investigations.
I've supported legislation to allow body cameras. I've been to Ferguson. I've been trying to look for solutions to our criminal justice problem.
The most notable portions of this tape, as it relates to the narrative, were never released. When you have Keith Ellison, who never let the public know about this, they had access to this tape this entire time, and it took someone from the UK to videotape their screen like it was Jerry Seinfeld with Death Blow. If they'd have released this tape that you're about to watch,
riots are gonna
there
start.
never would have been riots. That's why the tape was never released. And go back to probably 2013, 2014, 2015. So, hey, when people say common
go
ground,
back a really long way and find people on both Democrat and Republican who are like, yeah, body cams are a necessity. We need them. We could have more evidence here that could have helped, had this case go a bit smoother, had it not take up so much time, had it go X, Y, Z, and you got so many reasons why that, they're necessary.
oh, we found common ground. Oh, that's right. The left wants to change the game, move the goalposts. They don't like
the common ground was putting the body cam on. Now there's no more. Yeah, that's all the left does.
I can do
move
better.
that goalpost.
All right, hold on. There we go.
Move the goalpost.
I don't know if that was better.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. They go, no, we don't want to do body cams. I just how do you interpret that data as anything other than, what you guys said we would see? We saw the opposite.
Hey, we want body cams because they're going to show that cops are bad. Oh, no, we don't want body cams because they're showing black people be real bad. That's literally what they're doing.
And that's why you don't like it.
And that's why they'll never
your
go
180.
away.
Well, I
we
thought
will
we don't
never
see the cops
let
enough.
them leave.
Like, we're seeing GoldenEye, and we were hoping it was a side scroller. Just shut up. Do you guys ever face accountability for anything?
They put us in Call of Duty when we wanted to play Grand Theft Auto. I wanted to see what I was doing behind my head.
About the Green New Deal. Oh, now you need data centers? We're going to innovate our way out of climate change? Who's been saying that forever? Dummies. Oh, you're still here? And you're still watching this on YouTube? You've probably noticed something is missing by...
Yeah, that's a great video. I love body cams and will never disagree or never agree with anyone who says we should get rid of them. Even for the other video I saw where I believe it was from Angry Cops. He did one where people were trying to get rid of body cams because they just weren't doing too much. They're a surveillance state now, and all of a sudden that's happening at the exact same time as you have ICE agents in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where that same 2-week period where we had Alex Peretti and Renee Good both get shot by ICE agents, and people are demanding for ICE agents to have body cams because the one that was hit by Renee Good's car, he was only filming from his iPhone. And, like, people were trying to make that a huge point. It's like, well, had he had a body cam, he might have had both his hands free and wouldn't have had a shooter. And I'm like, yeah. So why are you also asking to get rid of police body cams? And then they don't know how to answer that question. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'm ending this right here because, well, I'm getting a little heated and mad. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hit that like button, get subscribed if you're not already, and get on out of here. I'll see you tomorrow.